This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. When it comes to health screenings, do you know which one you should be getting for your age group? All week long, we'll be taking a look at different age groups. Today, we're looking at 20 to 30-year-olds and the tests they should consider. We have Dr. Nicholas Gillette from Complete Family Medicine here this morning to break it down for us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Ella?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Thanks
And
for
thank you
having
so
me.
much for coming.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So first of all, let's talk about why these tests are recommended.
Yeah, it's a good question, Ella. So what happens is there's this national organization called the United States Preventative Services Task Force, and what their job is to look at the population and how to make the population healthier, and then to take that just a step further to make it cost effective to screen a population.
Okay. And so when it comes to this age group, 20 to 30-year-olds, a lot of them might be in the mind frame that, oh, I'm too young to start thinking
Young
about
and
these
healthy,
type,
yeah.
oh, you have to wait until you're, in your 40s and 50s, but that's not the case.
That's right. That's
All right.
right.
And the first one that people in my age group, I would say, should think about taking is hypertension. What is that?
Hypertension, high blood pressure, and the way we define that is, if you've ever had your blood pressure taken, there's two numbers. There's a top number and a bottom number. And you have high blood pressure if the top number is greater than 140 or the bottom number is greater than 90.
Okay. And the next one that people should consider from 20 to 30-year-olds is cholesterol, which I thought was really surprising because you always associate high cholesterol with people being in their 50s and above.
Right. And keep in mind, there is a little caveat to this because it is a recommendation that you have your cholesterol checked, but with certain special considerations. And those are if you have a personal history yourself of heart disease, if you have diabetes, if you have a male family member that under the age of 50 had a heart attack, or a female family member that had a heart attack under age 60, we would recommend getting your cholesterol checked in your 20s to 30s.
And for those that have never gotten this, how do they check that?
It's as easy as just going to your doctor and saying, hey, my mom had a heart attack when she was 45. Do you think I should get my cholesterol checked?
Okay. And is it like blood drawn? Or?
It is.
Okay.
Yep,
All
a
right.
blood draw for that.
Okay. All right. And the next one we have is diabetes.
Diabetes, of course, we know juvenile diabetes versus type 2 diabetes. In the age 20 to 30 group, we don't recommend really getting a test for diabetes unless you have hypertension or high blood pressure.
Okay. And the next one is for women only, and it's Pap smears.
Pap smears. Now this one has changed a little bit, Ella, and it actually causes a lot of confusion even with doctors. We don't recommend getting your first Pap smear until you're age 21. This is a lot different than what it used to be.
Which I was always told and informed even by my doctors was age 18.
Right. There's that one going around. There's some other ones going around too, but really the new recommendation says that we don't need to be doing a Pap smear until age 21.
And how often should we get these done?
That's a good question. It kind of depends on your specific personal situation. It can range anywhere from 1 to 3 years.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. And finally, the last one that people should consider in their age group is which one?
Immunizations. We don't want to ever forget about immunizations. Of course, we talk always about the flu and getting your flu vaccine every year. That's very important. And specifically in the age 20 to 30-year-olds, making sure your tetanus is up to date. And lastly, if you haven't gotten your HPV vaccine, making sure that we get that started.
Okay. And for people in our age group when they go to the doctor, what are some questions if, like, for myself, I'm going to say in my late 20s.
Okay.
And I feel pretty healthy. I don't consider myself overweight or anything. So what are some kinds of questions that I should ask my doctor in order to, maybe get a feel of what are some tests I should take?
Right. And I think that starts with, letting your doctor know about you,
Okay.
your personal history, your family history, that type of thing. That way your doctor has the best chance of making the best recommendations with these screenings. If you're in your late 20s, like we said, we recommend getting your blood pressure checked every
Okay.
2 years
Okay.
to make sure that, and then if that comes back high, maybe perhaps getting a diabetes screen. Of course, then depending on your personal and family history, maybe getting your cholesterol checked and asking your doctor about different immunizations you should be having.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Very important information. And what we'll do is, I know that we kind of sped through this, is we'll post this on our website at heartlandconnection.com, as well as Dr. Nicholas Gillette's information with Complete Family Medicine. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. And again, this is a week-long series, so tomorrow we'll continue it up until age 50 and above, and we'll be right back.